Hi there, it's Paul here again. It's Friday the 26th of May and it's time for Cancer Update number 6. So to give you an update on what's happened in the last week, I've developed an unfortunate thing where I'm waking up in the middle of the night, sort of mid-reflux. So I've got things coming into the back of my throat in the middle of the night. And I think that's associated with either esophageal or stomach cancer. So I'll just do a picture-in-picture here, and I'll show you on my PET scan how that looks on the PET, and it also appears on the report. So if you look at that area there, that should not be at a higher metabolic rate to the background, and the associated report also says that that is of an unusual nature and that needs further investigation. It also lines up with the fact that I am refluxing in the middle of the night, so something unusual does appear to be happening at the distal end. Distal end means furthest away from my mouth. Distal end of my esophagus or into my stomach. So what I did was I went to my GP and I talked to my GP about the reflux, and they have put me onto Rabeprazole. So hopefully you can read that on the screen there. So this is a reflex medication, and the instructions say take 1 tablet daily before meals. Now, because I'm having it as a nighttime reflux issue, I'm going to take this daily before my evening meal, and hopefully that'll stop the reflux. So that's what's happened in the last few days. Now let's talk about what's going to happen in the next few days going forwards. I've got my colonoscopy endoscopy, which I've renamed the porn star experience because, well, you can work it out. I've got that. Today's Friday. I've got it next Thursday, so it's 6 days away today. And the preparation notes that the hospital give you actually start from 7 days out. So I'll just pop those up on the screen for you in a picture-in-picture. So now that you're looking at it, you can see that from 7 days out, which was yesterday, my instructions is that I need to stop taking fish oil and iron tablets and or any complementary medicines. Now, as it turns out, I don't take any of those anyway. So for me, right at the moment, I'm not changing my dietary habits at all. However, starting tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll be 5 days out, I have to stop eating any foods with seeds, including seeds from fruits, multigrain or seeded bread, muesli. Seeds tend to block the function of the colonoscope used to examine your bowel. So from tomorrow, my diet is going to change a little bit, and I'll have to just stop eating those foods. Now, if I go to the next slide, which is the last 2 days. So in the last 2 days, and I'll have to just read this out because I haven't memorized it. I'm not allowed vegetables and fruits, including the peel, seeds, and jams with seeds. I'm not allowed red meat, fat, margarine, or butter, or wholemeal or multigrain bread, muesli, pasta, or crackers. But the drinks I am allowed is clear fluids such as water or clear soups, lemonade, Gatorade, Hydrolyte, cordials that are either yellow or orange, fruit juice as long as they are clear and have no pulp, yellow or orange jelly, milk, tea, or coffee. So those are the drinks. The foods I'm allowed is white bread, white crackers, white pasta or white rice, eggs, grilled fish, chicken or turkey with no skin, plain yogurt, Vegemite, honey, sugar, salt, rice bubbles, cornflakes, and Special K. And they then have an example of a menu diet. So that's the last 2 days. Then the last 24 hours starts to get really funky. So I'll just chuck up the slide for that just to show you. Do not eat any food today. Okay, so that's immediately, so that'll be next Wednesday for me. That is going to be a tough day, but it gets worse. Drink at least 2 litres of clear fluid in addition to your bowel cleansing solution. This is to help prevent dehydration. Drink more if you sweat frequently or have diarrhea before starting. And then at 12 noon midday, dissolve the contents of 4 things of Picoprep. Okay, so I've done a colonoscopy before, so I know what I'm in for. So there is my 4 sachets of Picoprep. It's Picoprep Orange. Just so you know, there is no other flavour. The only flavour that exists is orange flavour. It's not that bad. My first colonoscopy was a year ago, and when I did that, everyone was going, oh, the bowel prep is horrible, you're really going to hate it. try this new thing called Picoprep Orange. And I did. And so I guess this was new about a year ago or so. I actually found it fine. I didn't mind it in terms of drinking it. The effect it has on your body is incredible. So how do I put this politely? You know, like in those Hollywood movies, you see people open the fire hydrants, like, in New York City, and the water just gushes out. Well, imagine that's you on the toilet, and you have to do it. That's pretty much the effect that Picoprep Orange has on you. It is phenomenal. It's designed to clear out your bowels, and it my God does it. It's so bad that it's funny, put it that way. So my Wednesday from noon until midnight next Wednesday, I will be having these 4 sachets, and please spare a thought for me. I know what I'm in for, and I just have to approach it with a sense of humour. It is a thing. It is a thing. The morning of the colonoscopy, the instruction is have nothing. So you wake up in the morning of the operation. You have I think it's sips of water only, and you get yourself to hospital, and they give you the colonoscope and in my case endoscope as well. It's a day procedure, so I won't be staying in overnight. You are required to be picked up by a loved one. So you aren't allowed to go home in a taxi or a bus or an Uber. You actually have to be picked up by a loved one. And apparently the reasoning behind that is after you've had a general anaesthetic, you're not entirely of a sound mind. I think some people would say that I'm not entirely of a sound mind in my normal state. But anyway, this is actually a legal thing. So I am going to be picked up by a loved one, and I'll be taken home and monitored from there, and I will be very, very hungry at some point after that. So that's where we're at. So basically, I'm in the lead up to my colonoscopy, endoscopy. The main thing to bear in mind is that it's a tough road, but you just have to do it, and it's going to lead to answers. So at the moment, what I don't have is a lot of answers. I have a lot of questions. And the consequences of the answers for me are existential. They're going to determine whether I live or die. So it's important, So come on, you said you wouldn't cry. I'm going to go at it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to prep perfectly. The endoscope and colonoscope is going to yield whatever results it does, and I'm going to deal with it from there. Okay, so. This is Cancer Update number 6, and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, see ya.